The Nigerian Exchange Group, NGX Group, is one of Africa's largest stock markets. The group provides services to Africa's largest countries and works to improve African economies' competitiveness in order to obtain global prosperity. There are 328 listings on the exchange and they are denominated in Nigerian Nairas. Nigeria's economy is a mixed economy, rising market with growing manufacturing, finance, services, communications, technology and entertainment industries. In terms of nominal GDP, it is the world's 27th biggest economy, while in terms of purchasing power parity, it is the 24th largest. Nigeria boasts Africa's largest economy. Its resurgent manufacturing sector became the continent's largest in 2013, and it generates a significant amount of products and services for the West African peninsula. Furthermore, as of 2019, the debt-to-GDP ratio is 16%. Nigeria's GDP has nearly quadrupled in purchasing power parity from $170 billion in 2000 to $451 billion in 2012. However, estimates of the size of the informal sector, which is not included in official calculations, put the true amounts closer to $630 billion. Following that, GDP per capita increased from $1,400 per person in 2000 to an estimated $2,800 per person in 2012. With the informal sector included, GDP per capita is projected to be about $3,900 per person. When measures were to be reassessed following the rebasing of its economy in 2014, these values were to be revised higher by as much as 80%. Despite accounting for 2/3 of governmental income, oil only accounts for around 9% of GDP. Only around 2.7% of the world's oil is produced in Nigeria. Despite its importance, as government revenues are still highly reliant on it, the petroleum industry remains a tiny component of the country's total economy. Nigeria, formerly a significant net exporter of food, now imports part of its food items, despite the fact that automation has led to a renaissance in food manufacturing and exporting, as well as a drive toward food sufficiency. Nigeria will have the greatest average GDP growth in the world between 2010 and 2050, according to Citigroup research. Nigeria is one of 2 African countries among the 11 global growth generators. Nigeria's economic analysis was altered to account for fast-growing contributions to the country's GDP, such as telecommunications, banking and the film sector. Nigeria and the Paris Club reached a deal in 2006 to purchase back the majority of its debt owing to them in exchange for a cash payment of around $12 billion. Furthermore, Nigeria's human capital is underdeveloped. It was rated 151st among nations in the United Nations Development Index, and non-energy infrastructure is inadequate. Nigeria sought to execute an economic reform program known as the National Economic Empowerment Development Strategy, NEEDS. NEEDS aimed to improve the country's standard of living by implementing a number of reforms, including macroeconomic stability, deregulation, liberalisation, privatisation, transparency and accountability. The NEEDS initiative tackled fundamental issues such as a lack of fresh water for domestic use and irrigation, unstable power supply, deteriorating infrastructure, barriers to private industry and corruption. NEEDS was created with the goal of creating 7 million new jobs, diversifying the economy, increasing non-energy exports, increasing industrial capacity utilisation and improving agricultural production. The State Economic Empowerment Development Strategy is a related program at the state level, SEEDS. The National Millennium Goals for Nigeria, supported by the United Nations, are a longer-term economic development initiative. Nigeria is dedicated to accomplishing a wide variety of ambitious targets encompassing poverty reduction, education, gender equality, health, the environment, and international development cooperation throughout the program. Nigeria was making progress in achieving many goals, but fell short on others, according to a UN report. Nigeria in particular had progressed in its attempts to offer universal basic education and safeguard the environment. Reduced chronic corruption, which obstructs growth and tarnishes Nigeria's economic climate, is a prerequisite for attaining many of these worthy goals. The World Bank has praised President Olusegun Obasanjo's anti-corruption effort, which includes the arrest of officials suspected of wrongdoing and the recovery of stolen monies. Nigeria began recovering $458 million in illegal cash placed in Swiss banks by the late military dictator Sani Abacha, who governed Nigeria from 1993 to 1998 with the help of the World Bank. While broad-based success has been gradual, these initiatives are beginning to show up in international corruption surveys. Nigeria's rating in Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index has steadily improved from 2001, when it was ranked 147th out of 180 nations. In the future decades, 2/3 of Nigerians anticipate their living standards to improve. Any gains made by a non-resident through the sale of stocks in a Nigerian company are tax-free in Nigeria. This is due to the fact that any gains realised from the sale of shares are tax-free for both resident and non-resident owners. The National Bureau of Statistics of Nigeria is a great resource to do equity research on the Nigerian market. First, with more than 100 regions covered, you can learn more with the Exotic Markets book available on Amazon. Second, you can explore sector and industry intelligence for different countries by going to pervasives.com. If you have an issue in relation to accounting and tax with foreign stocks, you can contact us by going to our website.